We made it to the medal series here at the 2025 Formula Kite European Championships in Urla, Turkey. I am Chris Museler. I'm with Mirko Bambini. We are so fortunate to end up this series on an amazing day. The weather's perfect, and we are here at the Pro Sailing Center, Fenerbahce. And man, they've produced maybe 4 or 5 Olympians over the last probably 30 years. This place is amazing. It's a legendary place for sailing in Turkey. It's really making it a center for foiling, hydrofoiling, sailing in the Olympic Games. So tell us a little bit about this place, Mirko. Tell us a little bit about the Sailing Center and the history here.
Yes, thank you, Chris. We reached the last day of the Formula Kite European Championship here in Urla, and it looks amazing. Sunshine, the breeze is start to kick in. All the athletes, they are out already testing and just waiting for the start of the medal series. This place in Urla is just fantastic. They start to do a lot of activity, and for foiling is great. There is a good breeze. It can be northwest wind, it can be any other direction, but it's always quite safe because you see is a great bay with a great condition, with a little island on the middle, which it make tactical stuff on it for the racing. So I mean, it's just fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to see how all the medal series will develop today. We will have a lot of show, a lot of action, because they are the best 16 athletes that they will try to chase the title.
Awesome. And Mirko's right. Anything can happen. Any one of those 16 athletes can win the championship in the men and women. Let's see how we got here. What a stressful final day for the 2025 Formula Kite Europeans qualifying series. But we now know our medal series riders for Monday. Who wasn't stressed? Lauriane Nalot of France and Lily Young of the UK. Nalot was just a hammer all day despite crashing around the weather mark, and moved into first overall and never looked back. Her and Young were never threatened, and as the format goes, they will go straight into Monday's grand finals. Nalot with 1 win given to her in the first to 2 wins format. Poland's Izabela Sartrian and local hero Darren Atakan were crazy consistent in 3rd and 4th and booked their tickets to the semifinals. But man, it was close for the final spot. 8th place went to Mafalda Pires de Lima of Portugal, who traded 9th and 8th place with Australia's Brianna Whitehead through 5 races Sunday. The pinch point for the men's final Gold Fleet races came in the top 2 and for 8th place. Riccardo Pianosi had his worst starts of the event, but found a way to shift into 6th gear downwind when everyone was in 5th and extended his lead. Now for 2nd place. Max Mader was in 3rd going into Sunday with no option but to win races to beat Cameron Marimonides of Greece, who sat in 2nd. And that's what he did, with 1st and top 5 places, while Marimonides slipped back and the Singaporean is in the finals. More shocking than Mader's triumph was Jan Marciniak's run to the medal series. The Pole started the day in 11th and just chipped away as the rest cracked under the pressure. He had double-digit finishes, but a 7th and a 2nd were enough to grab 8th and a spot in the medal series. If the qualifiers were any indication, the Formula Kite Europeans medal series will be ridiculously close. We are stoked to see how it all unfolds, starting with the quarterfinals live. All right, Mirko, we are back. One more day, buddy, but this is the biggest day of the event.
Yes, because this is going to be the last day, Chris.
Well, hey, yesterday I was really nervous because, to see who even got into the top 8. We kind of knew in both fleets what the top 2 was, but man, getting into 8th place or even just getting into 2nd in the men's, real big surprise with Max Mader. But now this is crazy. So we're going to start out live with the quarterfinals in the men's fleet. We're going to go to the women's quarterfinals. There's only one race, as long as there's not a jury decision or some discussion going on. One race in the quarterfinals, then those 2 go into the semifinals, 1 race in the semifinals, and then they meet the top 2 in each of those fleets in men and women. You want to start talking about who's where?
No, look, I want just to jump a little bit back from yesterday, how exciting it was to look into the just single point until the last race to see who is going to make it between the 7, the 8, and the 9. It was fantastic. And just at the end of we got at the waiting at the end of the last race to see. Look at now what we are looking on the screen, and they start showing us the medal series format, how it's going to work, and then we can straight see the names on the men fleet. So we will start with the quarterfinal, which all of you can see on the bottom left on your screen, and we will have the first race with Gianandrea Stragiotti from Switzerland, and then Bruno Lobo from Brazil, and Wojtek Koska from Czech Republic, and Jan Marciniak from Poland, which he did an amazing last race yesterday, which he gained the spot into the final.
Do you know what's been so fun with this whole series is that every one of these athletes has a story. And we talked in the press release yesterday about momentum. Some people moving up and moving down. Stragiotti, Bruno, and Vojta kind of moved down, you know, into the quarterfinals from earlier in the week. But Marciniak, like you said, story of the day. Started the day yesterday in 11th. 4 races later, he squeezes into 8th. And then we get into the semifinal group that's already in there. Benoit Gomez and Cameron Merimides, both team riders for Element Kites, the new kites, you know, the newest brand in the Olympic kite equipment. Benoit works with them. They're tuning partners. They're so stoked to be there. Benoit moved up and up into 3rd place, and Cameron Merimides dropped from 2nd yesterday. I talked to him today. He's clearing his head. He understands, I think, what did his tennis coach said. He said it's something about if you think about the win, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to guarantee a loss. So I'm not as poetic as he is, but so he's thinking about one race at a time. All I can think about is the semifinals.
Yes, exactly. It's going to be, for sure, super exciting to see who is going to gain the top 2 spot into the quarterfinal to fill in the semifinal, and then let's see what's going to happen at the grand final. Now we can see the wind. It seems to be quite good, for sure, not less than 8 knots. It's going to be a challenge, so they will have to pump, to stay focused, and to keep as much speed as possible. We know that the course is going to be shorter compare the opening series, and so probably the effect on the island is going to be less, and the ley line is going to be earlier.
Awesome. Yeah, so let's move on to the women. Let's see who is into the quarterfinals with the women. Again, everybody has a story. Mafalda Pires de Lima just beat out Brianna Whitehead from Australia just to get in there. They were going all day long yesterday, back and forth between 8th and 9th with a point between them. Catalina Turienzo, tell us the rest of the story of the quarterfinalists.
Yeah, Catalina Turienzo, I mean, she started the week from really on the top. She won 3 races on the opening series, and then she makes some mistake over the last 2 days, but still there. She has the capability to be on the top 2 on the quarterfinal and to jump in the semifinal. I mean, all of those 4, they can have really a good stand, and they can be on the semifinal as well. But Catalina, she has really a good speed.
Absolutely. And we know Gisela Polito has just been hanging out in 4th, 5th, 6th, the whole regatta. Lisa Caval had a really bad day 2 days ago. Yesterday, kind of won the day, basically, with her scoreline. Had an amazing comeback. Like you said, it just shows the capability of all these riders to win races and to get to the top. Isabella Satrian, super young Polish rider, really, like in one of her first senior events, just sending it. Held on to 3rd even after crashing and ending up in the water, not finishing the last race. But like we keep saying, local hero Darren Atakan, all of these women can take the title. Obviously, Lauriane Nalot has 1 bullet and he's already into the finals, but I wouldn't count any one of these riders out. They were all really strong yesterday.
Yeah, it can be a big surprise at the end of the day. So we can't really say a name that is really front forward to the other one. Every one of those 8 athletes on the men and on the women, they can they can win.
So one note for all of our viewers here, this is the 2025 Formula Kite European Championships. We have some non-Europeans in this medal series, and what that means is that for the actual European Championship title, you have to be from the continent, you have to be from Europe. So people like Catalina and Max, and who else is in there? I think that Bruno Lobo from Brazil, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yep. So you have those individuals, if they make their way through, and like we said, anything can happen in this format. If they make their way through, they'll have an open championship under their belt as well. So just wanted to let you all know that. But hey, regardless, whoever wins this, like whoever finishes first, is the best kite foiler in the world right now. I mean,
on Europe.
On Europe, yeah.
Again, this is the European title, it's a continental title, but we all know that the people that we have, the athletes that we have here, are the best.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
the level is super, super high.
So we are getting ready to hit it with the men's quarterfinals. We got just about 4 minutes to go. Again, every one of these is a 4-rider race all the way through to the end. And until we get to the finals, it's just going to be one race. So let's take a little break before we get rolling on this. All right, we are back. 3 minutes and 20 seconds for the first quarterfinal of the day in the medal series. I'm Chris Musel. I'm with Mirko Babini, and let's talk about the men we're going to be seeing racing here. They've all been on their 21-meter kites, and Jan Strategiati, Bruno Lobo, Wojtek Koska, and Jan Marciniak. What a lineup for today for this first race and only race of the quarterfinals.
Yes, exactly. The good thing of the medal series compared to the previous race, we will have the starting line shorter because we have only 4 competitors. We just saw the yellow flag, which it means we are within the 3 minute from the start. And so I was just saying the starting line is a little bit shorter, only 4 athletes. Sometimes they play 2 on starboard, 2 on port. Let's see if they're going to cover each other. It's going to be really interesting to see because, I mean, you have less pace to make decision and you cannot start and be on the starting line too early. So you really need to cross the starting line at full speed on the spot that you decided before, according to the wind. I don't know, this kind of wind, probably the right side, there is a little bit more wind, but the highland is on the left, as you can see from this shot. So you can see the highland just in front against the wind. So sometimes the wind is bending behind the highland, and it will pay probably the left side of the course. I'm really curious to see which it will be the tactics and the strategy after the first quarterfinal man. It's going to play really a good role, the tactics. One is going to be only 1 tack for the one that they start on port, and double tack the one that goes on starboard. I'm really curious to see.
Awesome. Yeah, so we've got 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Marciniak from Poland. Wojtek Koska, a young rider from the Czech Republic, spent a lot of time growing up. His first kiteboarding and kite foiling was in the Canary Islands. Jeremy Berlando, the world champion kiter, was his buddy growing up, and then he decided to go for racing. So he's been a top youth rider in the Formula Kite class for a while now. We're inside of a minute. Again, viewers, keep your eyes peeled right here. It's just 4 riders, and like Mirko said, anyone who starts on port tack, if they don't, they have to do 1 less tack usually. So see who looks for that option. We have 2 riders on starboard right now. 37 seconds to go. Here we go. Who do we have? Okay, everyone on starboard tack. Mirko?
It seems all of them, they are on starboard. Yeah, and so far they don't have the time to go on port. there is Jan Stragiotti try to go and to gain some more space into the windward part. So it will be just behind them is with the darker Kite.
And they're off. There we go.
Start. And Jan Stragiotti, as I told you, he went double tack just to gain the place windward to all the rest of the fleet.
So when you have such a small fleet like this, having that windward position, you're blocking the other riders from tacking. So that's actually a really strong position. They have to get a lot further ahead of you to get around you. Whereas regular racing, everyone's really spread out and you let the race course play out. But here it's a shorter course, shorter starting line. Stragiotti is pinning. It's called pinning, blocking the other riders right now on starboard. Super powerful position from the Swiss rider.
Exactly. He did really a great move over the last 20 seconds or 15 seconds. You need to be pretty confident. Now we see Bruno Lobo because he's the most to leeward to all the rest. But we can see Jan start hitting really, go against the wind with more angle. Now everyone is on port and go all the way straight to the right side of the course, hitting the ley line on the other side.
Now, just a reminder to the fleet as this group heads on port tack towards the weather mark, they are not on ley line right now, but Jan Stragiotti's in a super strong spot, but Bruno Lobo extending out on the right side. He has to get a little bit further ahead to get around everyone, so let's see how that plays out. But just a reminder to everyone that this is a single race quarterfinal. The top two get into the semifinals.
Exactly. This is why there is no room for mistake. You have to be full on and whole in.
Yeah. So
you have to be first or second. So there is no third.
Here's the first cross here. Bruno Lobo. Jan Stragiotti is not having it. I don't think they're on ley line yet, but
Stragiotti is on the ley line.
So Stragiotti just clears those other two. Bruno Lobo is just below them. If Bruno Lobo makes this mark, he moves right into second place from fourth place.
And he need to cover then on the downwind.
Exactly. But like first things first, Mirko, let's see if this even happens. Here we go. Yeah, looks like just enough room. Jan Stragiotti from Switzerland, first place. Bruno Lobo, power move, was in fourth place this whole race and just gets inside everyone. But what's happening here? Who's just...
Marciniak. Marciniak.
Marciniak is...
slingshot himself more beer away, and he got... I mean, on the downwind, is preferred to stay leeward.
Yes, exactly.
So you can go way deeper. Obviously, you have to try to avoid to have the other kite in front of yours.
So John has this luxury, this freedom to jibe first in this single race of the quarterfinals. Let's see who gets on the inside. I think it's Marciniak was able to dive down inside of Lobo. Lobo passes the two at the top mark. Marciniak just getting on the inside after rounding that top mark and is able to jibe inside of everyone else right now. So we have Marciniak and Lobo in second and third, and then Wojtek Koska really needs to figure out a way to just wedge himself between those two riders. This is incredible.
This is incredible because those three only one pass.
Exactly.
So just right now we can forget about, I mean, not forget, but Jan Stragiotti is quite safe. He doesn't need to make any mistake, but he's clear ahead. The other three,
the race is on. The entire regatta rests on this. One of those three riders is out. The pressure's on. Stragiotti, super chill. He's probably going to ride super conservative right now. That other group is pushing really hard. Let's see who's going into this mark. Jan Marciniak, perfect. Bruno, who's that? Bruno Lobo. Jibing on the inside. Again, just gets ahead. Just gets ahead of Wojtek Koska. This can't get any closer. Now, it's easier to have a passing lane downwind. Bruno Lobo passed upwind by tacking early on the ley line, but let's see how this plays out right now. Marciniak solidly in second. These last two riders, Lobo, Koska, pass right at the leeward mark. Bruno Lobo with a bruised rib from 2 or 3 days ago, still nursing that, but just pushing super hard. The pressure is on Lobo and Koska right now.
Yes, but they are still really close. I mean, we have to remember that 50 meter is not even, I mean, it's just 2 seconds flying at this speed. So we have to wait. It's going to be really important the next few move. Now Bruno Lobo just tack on starboard, on port,
Yep. Did he
to the
get
starboard side
did he get
of the
in front
course.
of Koska on that? I didn't see.
Yeah, Straciotti wait until the last moment before to go on the right side of the course. That means it was confident to keep, as we explained earlier, to go more close to the island, to keep the bend, the wind bending on the port side.
So yesterday, the breeze stabled out as the day went on. We're still early in the day here, but this seems pretty stable. We're not seeing the big holes from yesterday. As we look at this right now, Straciotti, right from the beginning, had the whole fleet pinned from the start at that starboard end with those two tacks. Super smart move. He's in the lead. He should be comfortable right there. But Marciniak, Lobo, Koska, right neck and neck. Lobo is not able to cross Marciniak. Marciniak is in at least second place. It can't get any tighter. This is so sweet, this beat. Every little inch counts. Okay, so Bruno Lobo in fourth place. Now, this is the last downwind leg. Tell us.
No, I mean, Marciniak is really in a good position now because the other two, they are closer each other. They will cover between them, and it's going to be better for Ian to go a little bit away and to gain an extra 50 meter and try to not make any mistake. Obviously, we'll go for an early jibe, which I was expecting.
Yeah, what great shots.
Exactly. So also Jan he jibe and it put him in the position to be on the same side of the course at the same time to avoid to get different cast.
But what you just saw there was Bruno Lobo in fourth place, jibes inside. Wojtek Koska from the Czech Republic just goes right with him. He cannot leave any space between the two no matter what. So it's a pure speed race between Wojtek Koska and Bruno Lobo right now. He just, I think that's the rule, right? In covering someone with Koska, stay between them and the mark.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you have to follow him. There is no other choice. If he's gonna go for an early jibe, you have to go and go straight forward.
So I counted like 4 or 5 place changes between the second, third, and fourth throughout this race so far, and now things are spreading out. We see some little bit of a lead change here on the tracker, but I don't see that out on the water. Let's see what's going on here. We got Straciotti easily in first.
Quite forward now.
Yeah,
he got 40-50 meters in front of the Koska and Lobo.
Yep, and then Marciniak, no problem in second right now. And there it is. That is your first semi-finalist out of the quarterfinals. Gian Straciotti, well done right from the start. Blocked the fleet, no problem. And there it is. There it is.
And Marciniak, super epic.
Marciniak, the last one into the medal series, came in 8th from Poland, the Polish Mountain, and that is it. Koska and Lobo, their regatta is over. They sailed a great race, but this regatta is not over for Gian Straciotti and Jan Marciniak going to the semifinals. So let's take a break before we get into the women's quarterfinals.
Champions.
All right, we are back. Mirko, what a battle. 4, 5, 6 lead changes in that race to try to get to second, but it became pretty clear probably halfway through that race that Jan Straciotti obviously was winning that one wire to wire, but that Jan Marciniak, 8th place, going the last spot going into the series, is into the semifinals. That's fantastic. And now we're on to the women's quarterfinals. Same kind of action, same kind of pressure. The Brits call it jeopardy. I call it just super stressful. Only two people come out of this race. One race, you just got to see it go on. We've got 2 minutes and 23 seconds right now for the women. We just got to watch a race with the men in that quarterfinals. One race here. The breeze looks pretty steady. The women are on 15-meter kites. So what do we got to look out for, Mirko?
I mean, let's see what's gonna be the decision on every single competitors. We saw in the previous men quarterfinal a great move that paid really off for Jan Strajoti and to get the win on the quarterfinal, to put him in the position to be windward and to make the decision where to go over the course. Let's see if on the girl quarterfinal someone will do the same. It's going to be pretty tough because here we have Lisa and Gisela, Catalina and Mafalda. All of them, they will be all in again. And all of them, they want to be on the top two.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
to move into the semi-final. So 1 minute 25 seconds to go.
Yep, coming up on a minute here for the women's quarterfinal race. One race to move on to the semifinals. Lisa Caval, Gisela Polito, Catalina Turdienzo of Argentina, and Mafalda Pires de Lima of Portugal. We've got a minute 10 going on here. I mean, you could not pick. I think if Las Vegas had numbers on all these, it'd be about the same.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Honestly, there is no provision on that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look on 55 seconds the start,
yep.
and then it seems that they will all be on starboard as well.
Yep.
Because they keep a line on the other side of the course. Let's say now I see 3 kite. Probably one will try to be on port. Let's see.
Coming up on 30 seconds here. We know Lisa Caval loves these conditions just the same as yesterday. She said she wanted less pressure on her front foot and she can push harder. That's what we're looking to see her do right now. But she's got a lot of competitors here. 20 seconds left. 15-meter kites. One race. 2 go on to the semifinals. Coming up on 10 seconds. They're all on starboard.
All on starboard, yes.
Yep. Let's see who's up on the weather side. Let's see if that strategy that Jan Strajoti used is the same. 3, 2, 1, and that is right. Let's see. All on time.
It's going to be clear start.
Yep, and let's just get to see how spread out they are right now.
So Mafalda,
very even start.
She did really a good start in front. That's the most fly surfer, the darker one on the left.
Yep, absolutely.
And then Catalina with the red one.
And who's that to leeward here?
Mafalda. Mafalda
okay,
on
that's
the left
Mafalda,
side.
just totally ripping on the leeward side. But Catalina Turdienzo on top of the fleet, she's not as extended forward, but she's still blocking that group. No one can tack and get around her. Look at that with these limited fleets, 4 people, shorter courses. Catalina on top of the fleet, that's who we're looking to be in control right now as they head off towards the port ley line. Yeah.
Exactly. Catalina, she's now in a position where Strajoti was just on the previous men quarterfinal, to have control, to be more in the center of the course. She's looking for the win. She's clear ahead. That's the position. And Gisela, she has really a good spot as well, because hopefully she will go for attack, and luckily Catalina Turdienzo also she answered and straight tacking on port.
So there it is, the first tack of this quarterfinals. One race takes all. Catalina Turdienzo on top of Gisela. None of those riders cleared out like Bruno Lobo did to give himself some space. So they're kind of playing a little bit follow the leader right now, and it's going to be really hard to play catch up to that 1 and 2 that are now like extended kind of early, unlike the men's race. So we got Catalina Turdienzo of Argentina and Gisela Polito of Spain in 1 and 2 right now. And man, that looks like a pretty clear race course. But I would say that Lisa Caval has been putting the pedal down. We know she's fast in these conditions, and when she tacks, I bet you when she tacks to get back to Gisela, she's going to have made a lot of ground. You see how she's coming right up under Gisela Polito. Lisa Caval was the fastest woman on the course yesterday. So let's see what happens here. Clear ahead. Catalina Turdienzo, super young rider from Argentina. Clear ahead right now. Everyone else is duking it out for one more spot. 2 people go on, 2 people go home. Here's the tack to the ley line. Gisela Polito still in control, and Lisa Caval right on her heels. Nice extension right now with Catalina Turdienzo. Excellent, excellent weather beat, in control the whole time.
Yes, as we said, we saw Catalina Turrienzo rocking all week in any kind of condition.
Smoking right now.
Yes, exactly. And she's
Couple knots faster.
And she's full on to be on to get her spot into the semi-final.
Yep.
It's going to be really interesting the battle between Gisela and Lisa Caval.
Yep, here we are, right neck and neck. It couldn't get any closer. So Catalina is off to market. Gisela Polito, Lisa Caval, neck and neck. We can't even tell here which one of the two is in charge. So let's watch it go down right now. Beautiful right. Who was that right in front? I can't even tell which one of those it is. I think it's Gisela.
It should be Gisela.
I think it's Gisela right in front. They have the same color kite. There is no daylight between these two riders. This is the race of the century right now. At least for them, this is all that matters right now. This moment, this year, this is important for them to keep their regatta going and get into the semifinals. Gisela Polito is just leading. Look at that. Just leading by just... I mean,
they have another lap, remember.
What's that?
They have another lap.
Yeah, they have another lap. But this is fantastic. It's going to be this high pressure, blood pressure pumping the whole time. They can't hold back right now, Mirko.
No.
They can't wait for the next leg. Every moment counts. So this is amazing. Let's see what happens here. Gisela pushing really hard. Actually, both these riders have knee injuries. So here we go. Looking no block from Lisa Caval. Gisela Polito just stays just ahead of her. They're getting ready to round the first leeward mark. Look at that. Oh, they must be exhausted already. Short course, 4 riders. There's Catalina Turdienzo launched and right around. Gisela Polito, you see her super long hair. You can tell where she is with her long hair. And Lisa Caval just trying to get underneath her, get some clear air.
Did you see how they pump and pumping? She tried to pump a lot after starting the upwind part, just to gain some space and to put his kite really in front of the
So look at how fast Lisa Caval is here. She's trying to get under Gisela Polito. She's getting through her bad air. But what are the rules here with their kite lines? What does Lisa have to do? She can't just run into the kite.
If she wants to overtake, she has to go to leeward and to go and to pass her.
And Gisela's kite's super low. Caval is going faster but lower, trying to pass her to leeward, which is pretty hard to do. But it's pretty amazing how she's really invested in just trying to pass her.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, we can see from the tracking and the speed of Lisa, which obviously she went more for a VMG, so a little bit wider angle to gain more speed and try to overtake Gisela from leeward.
So there's, I think, let's see. Lisa Caval may have just tacked. Yep. So Lisa Caval tacks first. I think that's, I don't know. I don't think so. That must be Gisela out first, and then Lisa Caval up on her hip.
Yes,
so
exactly.
When those two come back to meet, when they get up to the top of the weather mark, this is strategy right here. Gisela Polito to the right. Let's see, Lisa Caval on the top going. I paused for a second because I just saw Lisa Caval just picked up, 10 meters in those last couple seconds. Lisa Caval looks like she's making the pass right now. Look, she lifts her kite up to get over the top of the lines of Gisela Polito and is diving them, trying to get them right back down on top of hers. They are close. Gisela Polito, if she gets a clean tack in, she'll be on starboard and have rights. Yeah. But it can't be any closer. Here they go. They tack at the same time. They cannot make a mistake on this tack. One of these two is going to the semifinals. That was Lisa Caval. She just made a pass on Gisela Polito, and she's about to round the weather mark. There she goes ahead. Gisela Polito's going on the inside. This race isn't over. It's not over.
No, it's not over. But now there is a pressure. If you are in front and you know that you have to do 2 tack on the downwind part, it's going to be not easier.
Yep. So what Caval's trying to do here, she's trying to get down closer to Gisela Polito's line. There is nothing else matters in this race. Mafalda is behind Catalina is ahead, and what she's trying to do is she's trying to get ahead and down closer to Gisella's line so she doesn't have bad air as she gets around. Now, actually, bad wind, downwind is a little bit tricky because the wind's always coming from ahead of them. They're going so fast. Here she goes. This is the moment of truth. On starboard tack is Gisela Polito, but Lisa Caval makes the jibe, clear head. I think that's really telling Mirko right now for this run. That was a big moment in this race.
Yes, for sure. Lisa Caval, she went pushing from the beginning, tried to recover from few mistakes and not a great position over the starting line. But she did really a great job and pushing Gisela as much as she can.
Look at that
we know
extension.
from yesterday the speed from Lisa that is just amazing.
So we got Catalina Turienzo heading to the finish line right now. What a fantastic moment for the Argentinian. She's been great. You know, she had a little tough second half of the regatta, but right into the semifinals. But Lisa Caval passing to Leeward, passing to Weather, just trying to get past Gisela Polito. And here she comes. She just has to keep on her board. She just was fast upwind, fast downwind. She just put the pedal down, and Gisela, she just put the pressure on Gisela, and there it is. Lisa Caval headed in for the final run to the finish. What an incredible 2 days for this young rider. It ain't over yet. We've got our first 2 riders from the women getting to the semifinals. The rest of the regatta's over. Gisela Polito and Mafalda Pires de Lima, excellent regatta for these 2 riders, and beautiful to watch them race.
Yes, it was an amazing quarterfinal from the girls.
Whew. All right, let's take a little break here, and then now we go right into the semifinals for men. And let's All right, we are back right into the men's semifinals. Benoit Gomez and Cameron Merimides were able to watch that quarterfinal race, but now we have Jan Stragiotti and Jan Marciniak from Poland. 2 minutes left. Wow, this racing's fantastic. Only 2 go on, and 2 go on to the finals to join Riccardo Pianosi and Max Mader.
Yeah, looks the images, all the competitors and other coaches just getting their space with chairs as well on the rocks. That's amazing to watch, because we have to remember that race committee is really close to the beach, and they can, I mean, obviously the competitors, they can even hear when they cheer the riders. It's amazing. It's like a stadium. We saw that the race start has been delayed. Probably we see the flag a little bit from the right side, so probably they have to adjust the course.
Awesome. Yeah, so this is our semifinals. The top 2 from this, just because Benoit Gomez and Cameron Merimides got into this, doesn't mean they're going to get out of this. So we got those 2, and then Jan Stragiotti and Jan Marciniak. And we're going to be talking about this as we get into the grand final, which is that when you've waited around, yeah, maybe you have some rest, but these 2 fought their way in. Jan Stragiotti pinned everyone at the start, owned that race, and Jan Marciniak, after a couple passes, kept his nerve and got second in that and is in there. What an awesome pair of riders. Element Kite's teammates, Benoit and Cameron, Jan Stragiotti from Switzerland, always in the hunt.
Yes, I would say that on this kind of condition, they will not struggle about the problem on doing more race or spending more time in the water compared to the other that they were waiting, already sitting on the semi-final. They are quite fit, all of them.
Yeah.
But obviously it's important to know the condition around the course, and then the confidence that in this case, Jan Marciniak for sure, he built, because we have to remember that yesterday he was out of the top 10, and then he made the move and he gained the position into the medal series, and now he went into the semi-final. So I guess that Jan Marciniak, we need to watch him because it can be a surprise.
Absolutely. Everybody loves a dark horse. Everybody loves a comeback story. And Marciniak has already had like 2 comeback stories in the last 2 days. So it's absolutely fantastic. We got 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's take a break just for a second, get our numbers together on these riders, and we'll see what's next. All right, Mirko Babini, we are back 2 minutes and 37 point whatever seconds for the men's semifinals. Benoit Gomez, Cameron Maramanidis, Gian Stragiotti, and Jan Marciniak, the Polish mountain, the success story of the last 2 days so far. Same conditions. We did delay the start. We didn't hear what the delay was for, but, you know, it doesn't look any lighter to me than it was. The men are on 21-meter kites, and we saw in that quarterfinal match, no real issues. These riders are such pros. Coming up on 2 minutes, Mirko.
No, they slightly change the course a little bit more to the right side. So this is why they adjust the top mark and the bottom mark as well. The wind seems to be okay. Is always above the limit. I think 8, 9 knots, 10 knots around. Looking from our beautiful terrace here on the Pro Sail Center, looks great. 1 minute 30. I'm curious to see if someone is starting on port.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to see. Well, Benoit Gomez is usually a port-tack terrorist from what I've heard. And so let's see what happens there. Cameron Maramanidis, an incredible series until the last day where he dropped from 2nd to 4th to get into the semifinals. We talked to him this morning. He had a calm mind. He said, I can't focus on the future right now. I have to focus on the right now. You know, yesterday's history, tomorrow's the future.
Yes, for sure, Cameron. You know, on this kind of condition, I mean, Benoit is really fast on this kind of condition. Cameron, he need to be really focused and to have a really good start and to cover someone from behind. Gian Stragiotti is really fast. He has the speed with this wind.
Yep.
And Jan Marciniak is rocking.
Yeah, so let's see. Just inside 30 seconds here, we saw one rider jump up in the air. That usually means they're getting something off their foil.
Just to check.
Yep, just to check.
It's about the confidence move that you do.
Yeah, so
the
maybe
foil
you didn't feel
is
it.
clear.
Okay, let's see what riders take Gian Stragiotti. Let's see if his same tactic is in play to be on top of the fleet and block them. We saw that worked in both of these races, the men and women. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Looks like Jan Marciniak on port tacker on top. Who is right there on top? Jan Stragiotti on top, in control of Benoit Gomez and Cameron Maramanidis, the 2 element kites. Okay, this is going to be easier to tell who is who.
Yes, because Cameron has the red stripe on it, and Benito and Benoit, the blue one.
Strategically, Gian Stragiotti, same move as before, but we have Jan Marciniak, who's on a charge today and yesterday, off on port. God, there's going to be a lot of light between these two. Okay, there we go. Benoit Gomez out of here. Going to chase down Marciniak and see what happens. But man, a lot of distance. Is that Marciniak back on starboard, right?
Yeah,
Marciniak's back on starboard. So this is going to be super important. There we go. Cameron Maramanidis. Gian Stragiotti does not want to let them go. He's covering Maramanidis, and this is a big moment to see if Jan Marciniak's gamble headed way right, way early, paid. It doesn't look like it's paying. Benoit Gomez was behind this group of 2 over here. He's ahead, so it doesn't look like Jan Marciniak's gamble paid. It did not. Benoit Gomez is out there, and we're going to see how this race course plays out. Right now, John Stragiotti, same as the last race, on top, in control. Benoit Gomez is back, and Cameron Marimonides looks like he's in control of this race. We got John Stragiotti and Cameron Marimonides. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know, but Benoit is really close to Cameron, super close to Cameron, and Jan Stragiotti, as before, he proved that he has the angle and the speed with this kind of wind.
Absolutely.
So he round the mark in first already with more than 50 meters of gap compared to Benoit and Cameron.
Yep.
Benoit has really a great technique to go super fast on the downwind.
Yep. So we got that's Benoit right on top of Cameron Marimonides of Greece. It's between these two riders right now, but if they get tangled up with each other, there's still room for Jan Marciniak, who's jibing early to get in there. Benoit Gomez jibing right on top of him. Cameron Marimonides, his teammate. Let's see what happens. Oh my God, that couldn't be any closer between the two. They are pressing hard. Benoit has nowhere to go right now. He is fully blocked by Cameron.
Yeah.
But if Cameron doesn't step up, the next turn, could be a setup for the next turn.
Yeah, that is not a good position where Cameron
is, right? Because Benoit is too close, and Cameron can't jibe until Benoit goes.
Yeah, so he need to take care.
Look at those two riders, the big boys, hammer down. You see behind them in fourth place, Jan Marciniak, no way to catch them at this moment. But let's see these two riders. This is the moment for these two. Jibing first, Cameron Marimonides just makes it in front of Benoit. I did not expect that, actually. I thought Benoit had him to rights. Marciniak closer too.
He pay off to go to the other side, and it was obvious clear. He went clear from the wind from the other. He will, now he's try to, let's go myself on the right side if I can go on top of it.
Yeah.
By the way, because by the speed, he would have not have any chance to overtake them.
Exactly. Marciniak has nowhere to go. These two element riders are battling each other. Cameron was on a downslide yesterday. He does not want to have any more of that. Right now, he's pushing hard. He's ahead of Benoit Gomez, but man, it can't get any tighter. So really,
Benoit now is trying to keep more angle to block him from the attack. This is why Benoit is attacking earlier.
Yeah, but Benoit
to start going upwind.
Benoit couldn't hang there anymore on top of Cameron. They were getting, closer. They were passing the middle of the course. They weren't anywhere near the Portec ley line. But there's a rule in sailing when you're on top of someone like that. If you feel like you're sliding back a little bit, the moment you feel like you're sliding back, you're almost too late to tack. You should get the heck out of there. And that's what Benoit did once he felt like he was losing to Cameron Marimonides. Now, Jan Marciniak is on his way back when, here we come. Let's see, coming back, it looks like Cameron is clear ahead of Benoit Gomez. That is a little bit more of a gap, but not much. It's still, you just can't decide. John Stragiotti around in first.
Jan Stragiotti is keeping the lead. Now we know it's the last downwind leg. He doesn't.
That couldn't be any closer, Mirko.
Yeah, they are really close. Now I guess that Benoit will go in an early jibe. Yes, it goes in an early jibe.
Yep,
now,
there he goes.
Now, obvious.
Do you think Cameron has to cover him, really, right? From ahead like that?
Yeah, obvious.
He has no choice.
He do that because he want to take him to the other side of the course.
Now, this is interesting. There's a lot of separation now between third and fourth and Cameron Marimonides in second. And if you look at Jan Marciniak, he looks like he's in a pretty decent pressure going lower and faster. Let's see the speeds, 29. Yeah, the other guys are going about 30 as well. So not too different, but he looks like he's going lower. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I think that this last leeward mark, 2, 3, and 4 are going to come at the same time.
Yeah,
and Benoit Gomez is going to be coming in on starboard. So here we go in with rights. So here we go. John Stragiotti, just keep your feet in the straps, buddy. And you are going to look like you're going to win your second Medal Series race. Amazing. All right. Coming into this mark, who is it going to be, Mirko? Cameron Marimonides. What a comeback story for this guy.
And Jan Marciniak overtake Ben.
Yeah. What a comeback story for Cameron. There we go. Gian Stragiotti wins his second medal series race of the day. And Cameron Maramanides.
He make it.
What a comeback. Keeping the dream alive in this semifinals. He's in the finals. Those are your two finalists, along with Riccardo Pianozzi and Max Mader. Marciniak and Gomez are going home, sadly. But let's take a break and get ready for the women's semifinals. So what do we have?
Here we are back. So we just see the finish order of the semi-final men, with Gianandrea Stragiotti gained the spot into the grand final, followed by Cameron Maramenides from Greece. It was a great comeback. He did really a great job blocking Benoit Gomez on the second upwind. Super strategic move, and at the end it paid off. Yeah, great Cameron and great Gianandrea that is already winning the quarterfinal and the semi-final.
Yep, right up to the end of that last leg. That's when we knew who was going to be in second, Cameron Maramenides. We have 4 minutes to the women's semifinals with Isabella Satrian, Darren Atakan, Lisa Caval, and Catalina Torienzo. And man, it starts from scratch every time. This just blows me away every time. Two of those are going into the finals. They're all pretty much even riders. Anyone can win this, Mirko.
Yeah, honestly, Darine, for sure the local hero. It will try to understand, probably she will understand the course, and she will use his local knowledge over the course on those 2 lap windward lure short course. But Catalina Torienzo, we saw when she win the quarterfinal how fast she can be, and Lisa Caval as well. Isabella is not less. So honestly, it's going to be all about the start, to be clear and to go on the right side of the course.
Awesome. Well, let's keep it going here. We've got 2 minutes and 54 seconds left. And I think, I like talking about this word momentum, because Stragiotti kind of has kept moving on up the ranks. Marciniak has not, but Stragiotti just won 2 medal series races, so that's so exciting. And same thing with, who do we have here? Lisa Caval and Catalina Torienzo. It was Catalina Torienzo who won that quarterfinals in the women, and Lisa Caval, holy cow, pressed right up against Gisela Polito all the way around the race course, just tried to pass her to leeward, wound up passing her to weather, and then just holding her off, and then finally extending on that last downwind leg. So Lisa Caval is on a tear as well. If I were Isabella and Darren Atakan, I hope you didn't watch that race, because I'd be scared.
Yeah, less than 2 minutes now, and they have for sure clear in which part of the starting line, rather the race committee side or on the pin side. We saw so far that the position that pay off for all winner was stay windward to all the fleet.
Absolutely. And we also saw that it was really hard to have a passing lane on the windward leg. Lisa Caval was the only one to really pull that off, because she was on top and then just hammered, she just put the pedal to the metal and rolled Gisela Polito. Also, in that very first quarterfinals race, the men's, Bruno Lobo was able to start and get to the right early, hits the ley line early, and just gets up underneath her. So sometimes you can cut the corner. But what do you think of that, Mirko? You're shaking your head.
No, I'm shaking the head because so far it was clear to have control, to start and to stay more windward is possible to the rest, which obvious everyone would like to stay on the top of it. It was a great move from Gian Stragiotti on the first quarterfinal start, and then Catalina Turienzo, she tried to do the same, to stay in front and clear to windward. Let's see what's going to happen now between Isabella Derin and Catalina and Lisa.
Absolutely. Like we said, coming up on 30 seconds in the 2025 Formula Kite European Championships Women's Semifinals. One race, two go on to the finals. Let's see what happens. 20 seconds. Isabella Satrian, Darren Anakin, Lisa Caval, Catalina Torienzo, 14 seconds. Let's see who's in that really strong windward position coming into this race. Mirko.
Yes, they are all on starboard. We can definitely recognize Isabella with the red bib and Doreen with the blue one.
And there we have
Lisa Caval is with the darker fly surfer.
Yeah, that is actually, who's that? Right, who's that tacking away right there?
It's Lisa Caval.
Okay, so that's Lisa Caval tacking away. Then left on top.
No, is Derin.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Lisa has the
purple
the darker fly surfer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, there he is. So Lisa Caval in that strong position that we knew. Darren Anakin had nowhere to go. She was right behind Lisa, peels out on the port. We know that coming in from the right side of the course hasn't really paid yet today. But here we go. We have another rider going right into attack, and Lisa Caval still on top. Expect her to go pretty soon, but she can't leave this rider yet. There she goes. If she thinks she's falling behind, she's going to attack, and there she goes. Lisa Caval going to cover the rest of the fleet. And who does she leave here? Isabella,
Pretty interesting the move that Derin Atakan she did, because, I mean, she's local. She know probably...
That's Catalina Turienzo here to the bottom of the screen. And yes,
Exactly.
Mirko, I'm with you. I really feel like it's hard with Darren Anakin way on the right side of the course. She must know something, but she also had nowhere to go. Lisa Caval was on top. So
really strange strategic plan from all of them. Pretty different. Catalina all the way on top, hitting the left ley line.
Yeah, she almost
and Derin, she did just the opposite. But look now, they are crossing, and Derin, she's in front.
Yeah, so like
Great.
you were just claiming local knowledge, and there we go, right out of the top right-hand corner of the fleet.
Let's see if she can make the rounding mark, because she's really close, difficult to spot on the ley line from really far away. No.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it's going to happen. So Lisa Caval and Isabella, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Lisa Caval and Isabella. Lisa Caval really clear ahead. I think, like you were saying it, there she goes. Lisa Caval in first place right now. Now the battle is for second place. I think that is Darren and Catalina Torienzo. Coming right around there together. Let's see how we're doing here. Who are we looking at here?
Yeah,
Lisa Caval hammering down the reach. Let's get our act together here.
She's with the blue bib. She's in second.
Yep.
Derin Atakan and Catalina.
And Catalina. Okay,
they
perfect.
Have quite a closer speed, those two. So.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be interesting. Almost like the battle that we had between Benito and Cameron.
We're looking at the same thing, but Isabella Satran is she's not too far behind, but you're right. Yeah, that extension at first, because that person blocked the fleet or was able to extend, tacked a little bit earlier to get some space. There she goes, Lisa Caval in first place, trying to punch her ticket to the finals. And then Darren Anakin, the local, coming out of the right side with just enough of an advantage to catch up to Catalina Torienzo. Torienzo on the inside, Darren Anakin to leeward, which is a pretty strong position, wouldn't you say?
Yes, exactly.
Look at them go. Let's see if Catalina can put the hammer down on this reach. They know each other's there. They're probably going even a little higher just to pass each other. Let's see Darren Anakin hammering down to leeward of Catalina Torienzo of Argentina. This is the race. This is the race to get into the finals. They've come this far. None of them wants to give an inch. You can tell. Look at Catalina. She's trying to get over the top of Darren Anakin.
30 knots.
Oh, my God.
Side
Let's go.
by side.
15-meter kites. There goes Lisa Caval, but that's not what we're looking at. Here we go. Darren Anakin. Look at it. Beautiful jibe. Toes on the nose. Darren just gets...
No, it's really important to get close the angle as much as you can, okay.
Yeah, beautiful rounding by Darren Atakan.
Exactly.
Yep, just above Catalina Turdienzo's line. That's a safe position.
It's a really safe position because now the Kite is really on the perfect position to disturbing a little bit the leeward kite.
Absolutely. And last time we saw a position like this, it was Gisela Polito in front of Lisa Caval, and Lisa Caval tried to pass her.
Yeah. Yeah, but Lisa Caval, she started going all the way to leeward and go for a maximum VMG. But Lisa Caval, she had a little bit different speed compared to Gisela. This is why she tried to do that. But you can see Darren, to avoid her passing and overtaking, she went also with a different angle, more VMG to gain 30-40 meter
Absolutely.
ahead.
And you see, look at that extension that Darren had. That's all from that mark rounding and keeping the pedal down, of course, but just getting a little bit of a higher line closer to the win than Catalina Turdienzo. Now, we have a rider all the way off on the right-hand side of the course. We have Lisa Caval in first, coming in out of the left. We have Darren Atakan coming in out of the left. And then way over here, we have Catalina Turdienzo, who kind of got pushed back a little bit, sitting in the bad breeze of Darren Atakan. But where on the course is Satrian, the Polish rider?
She's
way
not,
off to the right.
She's not far away, I can tell you.
Okay, cool. Yep, you can see her right there in the far right of the screen.
To the other side, try to gain some puff.
Okay, so look carefully. What an awesome image right here. There's Darren Atakan. Look for her to probably cover that rider.
Isabella.
Yep. There she is on starboard. Darren Atakan goes past her. Risky move if you want to keep second place.
Really
There's Darren.
Risky move.
There's Darren. Finally tacks over. But then there it is. Okay, Catalina Turrienzo is ahead of Isabella. And now you're seeing it. Darren Atakan clear ahead. Really close to laying this mark, but
I don't understand why Lisa Caval, she went all the way.
Lisa Caval went a little over the ley line and now gave kind of an opening to Darren Atakan to get closer to first place, but also Darren Atakan on her own, right up the middle of the course, sailed a really clean beat, fast, and has an extension on second place. Those are your leaders. Lisa Caval from France and Darren Atakan from Turkey. And is that Darren hammering, trying to pass Lisa Caval? Hey, who cares if you just have to be in second?
This position doesn't make a lot of sense. What you
to
want
risk
is
it.
to sit first or second. You don't need to push too much.
Okay.
And you have to make sure that you're going to cross within those two positions the finish line.
Right. So you think
don't gain anything if you win.
Gotcha. So you think Darren might be just taking a breath right here. She has a little bit of an extension on the other two riders, Isabella Satrian and Catalina Turdienzo. She's definitely clear in second right now. Lisa Caval, let's see how Lisa Caval comes out of this. Darren jibed a little bit earlier. She's not messing around. I mean, she's putting the hammer down, but Lisa is low and fast, which is a pretty good combo for downwind. Mirko.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. I mean, luckily, Darren, she went away to stay close to the other, just to run smooth and without having your eyes going on the right or the left, so disturbing your way. And it's really important to stay focused on the mark.
Yep.
Mark rounding. So Lisa Caval, she's rounding the mark. Good jibe. And there is Catalina really way deep. It's going to be a finish. The finish line is going to be really important because now Catalina, she will be on the inside.
This just got really close here.
She make really a bad move because she went on the outside and crashed.
Oh.
I can't believe that. What a drama over the last part of the downwind leg.
Oh, talk to me, Mirko.
Big mistake for Darren.
Oh, Darren Atakan, just when she had that strong second place coming, Catalina with the pressure on. Catalina.
I was saying just go on the safe side, not stay focused on the mark, stay focused on the ley line, and really big mistake.
So Lisa Caval, Catalina Turdienzo, we took our eyes off her just for a second. She was sailing clear on the left side of the course and just a little too off that ley line by Darren Atakan. your finalists, Lisa Caval, Catalina Turdienzo. Amazing drama at the very end. So, just sad end for Darren Attican. Okay, let's take a break, and we are going to get ready for the finals. All right, we are back. That was the most dramatic finish of the day. Just that last little bit of that last run. Darren Attican, remember I was saying it looked like she was pushing pretty hard, but I think she probably, her decision making on those ley lines, she kind of got stuck in the middle where Catalina and Isabella were hammering on the other side of the course and had just one jibe each, super clean coming in fast, right?
And he misjudged the ley line
and that was everything.
Missed to be focused on the rounding mark, and she had to do this double jibe, and at the end she find out that she will round the mark really close to the other, and then the mistake comes and she fall in the water.
All right, here we are.
Bad luck.
Yep, good luck. All right, right into the men's final. Now, everyone, here's the deal. Everyone, the way the grand final works is first to 2 wins. Riccardo Pianosi brings in, he has 1 win already. They give him a win. This is what it looks like. Riccardo Pianosi, 1 point. Max Mader from Singapore, 0 points. Same with Stragiotti, who came up winning all of his races all the way to the top to get to the finals. And Cameron Marimonides, the comeback kid from Greece. So the first to 2 points, we can have as many as 1 race, or we can have as many as what? 4 races?
No, I mean, if it will be one of each doing a different win, then we have to wait for the 4th race.
Yeah, so we can have as many as 4 races or 1 race. Right.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. We got 2:28. What do you think? Should we keep this rolling or should we take a little break?
I think I would like to go forward. No break. No break right now. We
Just
are
like the riders, right?
Yes, we are almost in 2 minutes to the start, and it's the grand final for the men. This is the final act of the starting to get the title, the European title on Formula Kite here in beautiful Hurla in Turkey. And I'm really curious to see the tactic between Pianosi and Mader and Stragiotti and Cameron Marimonides. They are all come from previous races, so they have the advantage to understand a little bit the wind and how it works better, the path to the right or to the left. It's going to be really interesting to see the first start.
Awesome. Your 2025 Formula Kite European Championships will be decided in the next couple minutes in the men's final here. Wow. If we talk about, going forward, Mirko, that's Gian Stragiotti. He's won 2 races already today, the only one to do so in the men's. And here he is working his way into the finals. Marimonides right behind him in the semi-final match. We got 110. So let's take a look at this fleet. I guess Riccardo Pianosi has been winning all week. The last day of the Gold Fleet, he was actually starting to have some tough starts. But obviously, just like his teammate said, he's the fastest guy on the water right now for the men. So we are just under 1 minute for this men's grand final. First to 2 wins. Riccardo Pianosi from Italy has 1 win already. If he wins this race, it's over.
Yes.
He's the European champion. If someone else wins, we got to keep going.
Exactly. So we can see and we can recognize them on red fly surfer, Riccardo Pianosi with the yellow bib, wearing the yellow bib, and Maximilian Mader the blue bib on the fly surfer as well. Cameron is on the helmet, black with the red stripe, and Jan Stragiotti is the darker fly surfer. So we can easily see all of them.
Here we go, 10 seconds. Marimonides to the leeward side of the line. And let's see. who's on top, that power position on the top. Let's see.
Clear start.
Clear start. Riccardo Pianosi right at the boat, on top of everyone. He doesn't look like he's the fastest in the fleet, but there is the blue bib of Max Mader just to leeward of him, hammering. Everyone is not giving it in. Jan Stragiotti at the bottom of the line. And here we go. Who's going to be the first to blink? That's... who is that just attacked?
It's Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron.
No, that's the blue. The blue is Maximilian Mader.
Okay, cool.
No, that's Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron Maramonides tacked out. So he couldn't hang with that front group. But we have John Stragiotti there, Riccardo Pianosi on the top of Max Mader. Look at how close that is. Those two were the ones who went straight into the grand final, and there is Maramonides off on his own to the right-hand side of the course. That didn't really pay for too many people. So here we go. John Stragiotti, furthest leeward rider, goes into attack. Clear lead, clear 1-2 with Riccardo Pianosi. There goes Riccardo Pianosi. Look for Max Mader to attack right away. There they are. Hammer down. The only thing right now that Max can do, right now they're in the top two right now, Riccardo Pianosi and Max Mader. If Max can put the hammer down and get it so Riccardo can't tack until he tacks, that's the winning move. Let's see if Cameron comes out of the right. Only 4 people. If Riccardo Pianosi wins this race, it's over. But we're looking, if someone else wins it, we carry on.
Yeah, but now look Riccardo is pushing to get more angle,
Yeah, but Max Mader's on top of him. He's officially blocking him right now. And so look for Mader to be in the lead coming out of this.
They will tack at the same time.
Here they go. They tack at the same time.
The lay line at the same time.
And that is a little bit of a lead change. There's Max Mader. Probably everyone coming in right at the same time. There's Max Mader, Pianosi, Cameron. Oh my God, John Stragiotti. Look at these kites. Pay attention to these kites, okay?
Yeah, so Riccardo, he tried to put his kite in the front of the line from Max.
It can't get any closer. Okay, there we go, jibing right at the same time.
Now
where do you put your kite? Kites touch! Really... Riccardo Pianosi's kite touches Max Mader's kite as it comes down, also touching the line. Looks like it's almost touching the lines again.
No,
we have an incident there between the top 2 riders right now.
But now look
Pianosi and Max Mader. Who knows how that's going to come out? Cameron Maramonides on top. Mirko.
Yeah.
Jeez. Talk to me, baby.
I mean, incident under review, and this is we know that it's gonna be really important to avoid any contact on the race.
Yep.
So really important.
The referees are watching this race. This is an umpired event, so there's no protest, no redress. Here we go again, jobbing right back in. Max Mader staying just ahead. Let's see. We're just trying to see our screen right now, but Max Mader just ahead of Gian Stragiotti. I'm sorry, of Riccardo Pianosi. Their kites touched earlier. Cameron Maramonides, they are all coming in at once. It was inevitable that people were going to touch kites. Who is that in the lead?
Pianosi, Maramonides, and Stragiotti.
There we go. Good job. Thank you. They were so close together, I couldn't even tell. Okay, we still have an incident between Max Mader and Pianosi on that first jibe coming around the weather mark. And we have, let's see. Okay, there you go. You see Pianosi to leeward, just pressing so hard. We see him hitting the water a lot today, actually, with his body, with his board, and Max Mader right above him. Pianosi's trying to pass him to leeward, but it looks like Maramonides is kind of in charge on top with Stragiotti right behind him. It can't get any closer with this group.
No, that's the angle of the camera, but it will just go on the back, and
Pianosi tacks, and he
you need to go to the other side because it was blocked.
Yep.
Now the position of Jan Stragiotti and Cameron, it's just going upwind, so more the wind is lift them.
Absolutely. There goes Stragiotti to chase Pianosi. Pianosi went from first to second to fourth. By the time we get into this second windward leg, now everybody on port tack. Still, we're waiting to find out what happened in that incident, that kites touched between Max Mader and Pianosi.
It was quite a really close jibe, and if you see, it was really a really tactical jibe from both of them. When you are downwind, you try, I mean, almost like in motorsport. If you are in front, when you want to do the turn, what you do to block a little bit, you slow down a little bit more than you need it. And this is part of the
exactly. And if you come into such a tight group going too fast, you can run into someone else. Yep. Okay, so here we go. Gian Stragiotti tacks onto the ley line. Look for Cameron Marimonides to tack Gian Stragiotti. That's not the ley line yet.
No,
so sorry. Here it is. So let's see. If Gian Stragiotti hit that ley line just right, he would have passed Cameron Marimonides. Excuse me. There goes Max Mader in first. Oh, Stragiotti just around, but Cameron Marimonides on the inside of Stragiotti, so you consider him in second place at the moment.
I'm pretty sure that it's going to be an early jibe for Pianozzi because he's on the back, and Max Mader.
So there's a penalty to Riccardo Pianozzi. So that puts him in fourth place, and the battle is on to get a bullet for one of these three riders. Someone is going to take
We
this.
will know the penalty. I mean, when you have the penalty, for sure, that means it's going to be another. Another final.
1 point.
I know. It's okay, 1.1 point to the penalty. This is why it depends on the. Anyway, it means that we will run another final.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So we have Gian Stragiotti down at the bottom here. Max Mader leading. Let's see. And then we have Cameron Marimonides in the middle here. Pianozzi is going to be coming back any minute. Max is coming back. Does it look like Cameron's going to be able to stay in touch with Max Mader? Yeah, he's probably going to jibe right on top of him.
They are all close.
And so is Gian Stragiotti right here. Well, fantastic. Let's stick with this footage to see what happens coming into this last leeward mark. There goes Max Mader, but look for Gian Stragiotti to come in on the left side of your screen. Just jibing just in front of, looks like he's just in front of Cameron Marimonides. Super close. Max on the reach to the finish. All right.
Ricky
Pianozzi. Let's see. Max Mader. Pianozzi penalized. 1 point penalty.
1.1.
1.1 penalty. Sorry about that. So Max Mader, we know we're going to have more than just this race. Max Mader looking like he's picking up his first win of the Grand Finals. Yes, Max Mader, first win in the Grand Finals. He gets it. It does not matter right now who's behind him because we get to carry on with racing.
Exactly. Let's see.
All right, Mirko, let's look at those results from the men's race before we go to the women's finals. And there it is. There's the penalty to Riccardo Pianozzi. That's going to affect his win. It's one, what did you say it was?
It's a 1.1 point, but he went fourth. Which count now is the bullet by Maximilian Mader. So the next final, it will be 1-1 for Ricky Pianozzi and Max Mader. And then, but what is important is that we saw Gianandrea Stragiotti and Cameron Marimonides that they can win also the next race. So it's not over yet.
Yep, and anything can happen when you have four kites rounding right next to each other at the same time. So we are going to the women's final. Holy cow. I didn't think it could get any closer. Let's see what happens. This is who we have in the women's final. Loyan Nalo on 1 point from winning the qualifying series. Then there's Lily Young from Great Britain. Lisa Caval and Catalina Turienzo on a charge from all day long, making it happen even from yesterday, particularly Lisa Caval, really fast in his stuff. Went right by Gisela Polito to get all the way up into the finals. So what a great group of women riders, the top in the world. And we've got one rider with 1 point. If Loyan Nalo wins this first women's finals race, it's done. Yep. She wins, and then we get the order of the finishers. If she doesn't, we carry on just like what we're doing in the men's. That's kind of what we want to see, isn't it, Mirko?
Yes. This is why the format looks so
Some of the riders don't want to see it that way, but Loyan Nalo may not want to see it that way. So.
let's see. We will know in a couple of minutes as well. So almost 2 minutes to the start, we can see and recognize Lauriane Lolo from France on wearing the yellow bib, and Lily Yang, she will wear the blue bib, and then we have Lisa Caval and Catalina Turienzo, which they prove a fantastic speed on this kind of condition.
Every rider has a story in this event with an amazing story. Lily Young, the tuning partner for Ellie Aldridge, the Olympic gold medalist. Now Ellie's taking a break, and Lily is doing exactly what she wants to do, and she wants to win this championship. She said it outright when we interviewed her even a couple days ago. So let's see what happens with Lily Young going so fast. Lisa Caval, probably the form rider right now going forward. Catalina Turienzo right on her heels, super fast young rider from Argentina. And you can't avoid Lauriane Lolo. She's been waiting around through these last two series of quarterfinals and semifinals. She is our current silver medalist for women's Formula Kite, and she already has a win. We're coming up on 1 minute, Mirko.
Yeah, less than a minute. So three on four, they are going to the right side, being ready for a starboard start, but I guess that all of them, they will start on starboard. I mean, they usually, the girl, they are watching the men, and they try to get some inspiration about the tactics and the strategic to keep on the course. I'm really curious to see what's going on. So blue kite with Lauriane Lolo, that's all the way leeward. Which is not the position that we
Here we go.
On the next.
Yep, inside of 20 seconds, right on top, Lisa Caval pushing Catalina Turienzo up near the committee boat. But yeah, Lauriane Lolo on the leeward side, just below Lily Young. But man, they are all on starboard tack. We don't see anyone tacking right now. Lisa Caval, clear start. Lisa Caval right on top. And let's see that purple kite.
We have Lauriane
and Lily Young. So yeah. Lauriane and Lily Young off to the leeward side, really fast. They've been waiting around all morning for this race. And man, is that close. That is Lisa Caval up top. But I don't know if she's fully blocking her. But one thing that we do know is that Lily Young in that red kite is blocking Lauriane Lolo in the blue kite right now. So they can't.
Not really. I mean, Lauriane Lolo, she went really slingshot outside of the starting line, and she was not on the windward side, but to leeward, super fast, go for a VMG, lower angle. Amazing speed.
This is a drag race right now. It's actually Catalina Turienzo that's actually up on the top, and Lisa Caval is kind of pressed out of the middle. So, very telling moment in this women's finals race. Lauriane Lolo across, tacks and crosses everyone. Wow, a super tight cross with Lily Young as well. She is off and running to the right side of the course, and it's probably really close between Catalina Turienzo and Lily Young. It might be Catalina is blocking Lily Young from tacking. But here we go. Lily Young is now tacked ahead of Catalina Turienzo. And Lauriane Lolo off to market, headed to the right side of the course. And Lily Young clear ahead above Catalina's line and way ahead of Lisa Caval.
Yes, exactly.
There's Lolo.
She feels pretty confident to go onto the other side, let's say quicker than the other one. And she will hit the ley line pretty soon, because we know that usually when you go for the last tack on the upwind part, you tack quite earlier, and probably you push more just to have a little bit less speed, but being able to round the weather mark. Okay.
Yep, there we are.
And she got 50-meter lead.
Yeah, Lauriane Lolo with a very clean lead right now on Lisa Caval.
Yeah, and Lily Young.
Yep.
Lily Young she's in second.
Oh, that's Lily in second.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Lily Young in second, as we predicted. Perfect. I was looking at kite colors. Absolutely fantastic. There goes Lolo for the jibe. Let's see if Lily Young is going to press her. Yes, she is. She's going to try to chase her down, stay in the same piece of water right behind her, Lisa Caval and Catalina Torrienzo in third and fourth. But man, I mean, the race right now, Lily Young needs to keep this race alive, and the only way she keeps the whole championship alive is if she passes Nolo. That is the only thing on Lily Young's mind right now. That's the only thing that can happen.
Yeah, but she knows that passing Lorian Nolo is not an easy task.
I know, but it's got to happen, Mirko.
She has to push.
Yes. Yeah. And let's see, looking at this, these two riders, they are locked in a battle. They're going the same speed. It's not going to happen that way. Something else has to happen. Lily Young's got to figure out the next gear over Nolo. Nolo's been feeling this new Chubenga foil. She hasn't used them for, she had a Levitas for 5 years, and she's just been feeling these new Chubenga foils. She was crashing out earlier in the week, getting used to those foils.
Yeah, she started to get used to, and she learned quite quick, I would say, in a week time. Now she feels pretty comfortable.
There she is, getting ready to finish that first downwind leg, rounding upwind. Lorian Nolo, with one bullet already. Oh, just a little crash down. So much tension going on in this race. Lily Young taking a higher line. She's really hitting the water a lot right now. Take a look.
She's pumping a lot. I don't understand why.
But look, look at the amount of drag coming off her foil. See all the white water off of hers? Everyone pay attention. There's a lot of white. Oh, it looked like she just lost it. Whatever it was. Yeah. Whatever it was just fell off her foil. And then now she's back into it again. If you look at that white water.
I think she got something on the foil.
Exactly.
There is a lot of ventilation now in the foil. You can see Lily Young
really catching up. But so now it looks out the same. I'm just looking at the water coming off Lily Young's versus her, and that's how you were able to tell the difference. So there must have been something on Lorian Nolo's foil. She's hoping a tackle helped clear it, but she just loses the lead to Lily Young. That was the break Lily Young needed. Now here we have Lisa Caval coming in on starboard. They just get ahead of her. That was really close with Lorian Nolo and Lisa Caval, and Lily Young right on top of Lorian Nolo. Now we're paying attention to the wake on their foils. That white water just streaming off of Nolo's foil, pumping, doing something. She got rid of it, but she lost the lead in the process.
Yes, exactly. After just the rounding mark, we saw a lot of white water coming out from her foil, and which is not normal. Usually you pump just a little bit to gain some space upwind, but she was pumping really way too much, and that was not normal at all. And Lorian, she lost the place, and Lily Young, she just overtake her.
And that is just the thing that Lily Young needed. She rounded that leeward mark, was able to get above Nolo's line. Here they go. They both tack back. And wow, that was the opportunity that Lily Young needed to get back into this championship. It was all over unless she passed. You were like, oh, she's got to put it down, but it's hard to pass Lorian Nolo. And it's going to be hard to stay ahead of Lorian Nolo right now. Look at Nolo. She's got a bit between her teeth. She's hammering. She's on the inside line.
The mark and her. Look.
Here we go.
Lily and Nolo just a little bit leeward to her.
Just around the weather mark. Okay, this is the race, everyone. Right now, this downwind leg, Lily Young gets a little bit of a break as Lorian Nolo gets something on her foil. She passes her. Lily Young is lower. Same speed. Things are looking great. Their wake is looking clean on both the riders. Nothing in the way.
No.
Hardcore race. No one's jibed yet. And they've got one person behind them, Lisa Caval, that's even in touch. Way back, Catalina Torrienzo. All right, let's see what happens. Who blinks first? Who jibes first? Who's brave enough? Lily Young in the red kite. Nolo goes. Young goes. Let's see. Young is on the outside. Let's see if...
Now she needs to be really deep.
Yep.
Stay as deep as
Nolo, hammer down, lower, faster. The pass is happening right now, Mirko. I can't believe it. After getting past.
To jibe. Oops.
Oh my God, kites are close. Nolo jibes on the inside.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting.
2-3 knots faster. Lily Young has to stay in touch with Nolo for this jibe on the last leeward mark to get to the finish of this championship. If Lily Young wins, we carry on. If Nolo wins, we are done. Nolo is our European champion. Is Lily Young?
Side.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Lily.
Let's see. Yep. The Kite's
All boat, okay.
okay.
Good jibe for Nolo.
Nolo is
Good jibe for
ahead.
Lily.
God, the pressure is on.
in front.
Nolo just has to just hang on, keep her feet in the foot straps. If she
Wow,
makes
what a
a
comeback.
tiny mistake, Lily Young is all over it like she was before. What a comeback for Nolo. Here she comes. She wins this. She wins the championship. And there it is, our European
She make
champion,
it.
Lauriane Nolo, second place, Lily Young, as it was coming into this finals. Unbelievable. Look at her.
They are all
You.
laughing. Amazing faces. This is what we
amazing.
love. They know it, and she knows that
Oh, yeah.
she almost
Here we
lost.
are.
So gold medal for Lauriane Nolo,
Lauriane
a
Nolo.
European.
Yep, your new European champion, Lauriane Nolo, former European champion as well.
Yeah.
Lily Young, fresh into the silver medal for Europeans. Lisa Caval in third, and Catalina Turienzo rounds it out in fourth, just outside of the medals. Catching something on her foil, getting past, coming back, that inside jibe and rolling Lily Young is the highlight of the event so far. So let's take a break. Oh my God, we can talk about this all day. Let's take a break and go to the men's. All right, we are back to the grand finals. We're checking out the women's final that just finished up. Lauriane Nolo started the grand final with one bullet. It's the first to two. And look at that, French flag going up, super proud. Hey, we saw the whole French team, all the other riders who didn't make it, helping out Lisa Caval and Lauriane Nolo of France, launch their kites, get them some water, help them get their harnesses on this morning. And that teamwork has paid off for your gold medalist, Lauriane Nolo. And Lily Young, you got to hand it to Lily Young. She put herself in the position to win, and a mistake was made or something happened, some bad luck on Nolo's part, and she was right there to take care of it. There she goes, Nolo, your European champion.
European Championship,
You!
having the French flag
Bravo!
and two French riders on the podium with the gold and the bronze, which an amazing achievement for the French team.
C'est bon.
Great.
But
And now back to the grand final of the men.
Yep, there are no Frenchies in the men's grand final. We have Italy, Singapore, Switzerland, and Greece. We have 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Really dramatic first race. Riccardo Pianosi penalized for touching Max Mader's kite on a jibe after the first, on the first downwind leg. But things are super close. Max Mader has a win, and Riccardo Pianosi.
Yes, now there is one bullet each. So rather Pianosi close the deal or Max Mader, or we keep going and Cameron or Gian Strazzotti will win.
Yep.
So who
Absolutely.
knows? Because we see the mark rounding on the previous grand final, how close they were all four.
Absolutely. And let's see here. We've got 1:30 left. This is going to be the second grand final race for the men. And, geez, Marimonides, I mean, all these guys, it must be blowing like what? Oh, a nice big air from Max, or not, is that Cameron? And let's see, they don't seem to have a problem with this breeze, and it's blowing like 8 knots, right?
Yeah, we have an average of 8, 9, 10, 7 to 10, I would say. They are all powered up, and we saw also the girl on the 15 blasting all over the course and pumping when they need. All of them, they keep looking on their foil to be clean and
Absolutely.
not have anything.
A little.
It's also to keep the confidence. You want to see your wheel,
All right.
your foil clear.
45 seconds, inside of 40 seconds. Riccardo Pianosi winning almost every race of the qualifying rounds. Got penalized in this last race, 35 seconds, but still one of the fastest riders in the world right now. And Max Mader won that last race. Riccardo Pianosi or Max Mader can end this in a couple minutes if they either one of them win this race. Otherwise, Marimonides and Stragioti have to take a race off those two to keep this thing going on. Let's go, everyone. 15 seconds. Mirko.
Yeah, look at now. Ricky, it seems to be the leeward on the leeward to Max. Max is just is windward to everyone. Max is just what a really almost big mistake for
Clear start
for Ricky, and Max he blocked Ricky just before the start.
Yep,
but
no
he
incident. No incident.
Him.
Yep.
Really bad start for Ricky, which he has to again make a move and go to the other side, get clear for all the rest. Cameron is the leeward. Jan Stragioti is squeezed between Max Mader and Cameron.
And there's Max Mader right on top of the fleet right there. Did you see him did that really kind of quick up and down with his kite?
Yeah.
And he's getting so close to Jan Stragioti's kite. Look at them so lined up. After that incident earlier, they don't want to be touching kites. You will get penalized. Those referees are looking from boat cameras and from drones. Okay, there you go. Max tacks away. Jan Stragioti tacks away, and Riccardo Pianossi off on the right side of the course, all on his own. Now everybody on port tack. Cameron Marimonides pumping out of that tack right on the middle of your screen right there. But let's see. Ricky Pianossi on the right-hand side of the course. Let's see what happens. Man, that was close at that start with those kites.
They were super close, super close. It was a clear start, but all of them, they were really close. Try to, let's say, disturb a little bit.
Here's the moment of truth right now coming in. The first cross of this race. Pianossi right in front of Pianossi. Max Mader and Jan Stragioti tack right in front of Riccardo Pianossi.
But at least Ricky's just straight behind them. They are really, really close.
They are not letting that Italian through, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Max Mader is in a good spot because it's a little bit windward. They are all in the ley line to the mark, so they will round the mark almost at the same time.
Exactly, just like last time. But Mader has a little bit more breathing room right now, and right behind him, Jan Stragioti with Riccardo Pianossi jibing first. This is where the incident happened the last time, but he is clear to go. Jan Stragioti right behind him. And Max Mader almost rolls his kite in that jibe. I think he looked and realized that they all went, and he wanted to rush into that jibe. He might contradict me on that, but here he is in a great controlling position to leeward of everyone, going the same speed.
Now on port, all of them on port. Try to look for the path for the cast behind. Try to be as steep as possible. We can see the speed quite closer, 28, 29.
Yeah. Marimonides is not
30.
Yep, Marimonides is not in touch with Mader, but he may be in touch with everyone else. So let's see how this goes coming into this leeward mark. If Max Mader wins this race, he wins the championship. He is from Singapore, so he'd be the Open champion, not the European champion. But I think I'm a little ahead of myself, Mirko.
Yeah, no, it's right. He will win the Formula Kite championship, I mean the event, but the title goes to the first.
All right, look at Riccardo Pianossi just below Jan Stragioti. It's close. It's really close, but Max Mader definitely has a little bit of an edge here.
Stragioti, he jibe really early. This is why he has to pump.
Pianossi came on the outside of Stragioti, was able to pass him and move into second. Okay, game on right here. You got Jan Stragioti. Let's see, who was that?
Again.
Yep, Riccardo Pianossi tacks early. Almost crashes himself.
No crashes, but it was
himself in the water.
Back,
yep, exactly. Max Mader covering Riccardo Pianossi and Jan Stragioti on his own. Hey, if you want to watch more racing, you are cheering for Jan Stragioti in the bottom of your camera here. If you are an Italy fan, you hope that Riccardo Pianossi wins that battle off on the right-hand side of the course with Max Mader. Otherwise, Max Mader wins. And if you're from Singapore, let's go.
Second, they have both of them. They have the bullet. So rather Mader or Pianossi, they're gonna cross the finish line.
Absolutely,
for sure it's gonna be over. Then it changed something.
100%. But Jan Stragioti, hey. You know, he's been on a streak. You know, he got a little held back in that last race. It was super tight, but here he is on top, on the left side of the cross. course, great footage from our drones. We're paying more attention to their wakes to see how much whitewater comes off. You know if they have something, if that whitewater streak is really long, and that's what we saw with Nalo. But here we go, coming back on starboard. Mater leading Pianosi, coming in. I think they actually are on ley line, and I think they are ahead.
On ley line already.
I think they are ahead of Stragiotti, Mirko.
Yeah, they are ahead.
And I think we are battling it out. Anything can happen, right? We saw Nalo, we saw Kite's touch, we saw everything. So let's see what happens here. But right now, Max Mader is in charge of this championship. He has a win already. So does Pianosi, who's right behind him. One of these two, if they finish ahead of the other, is going to win the championship.
Yes, exactly. It's gonna be over in one way or the other.
Here we go. Rounding the last weather mark, Max Mader. Man, do they put their lines close to that mark. They're not allowed to hit that mark anymore, I heard. And so there it is, Max Mader with a little bit of a lead. Oh, what did he just hit? Max Mader couldn't make it any more interesting if he touches down any more than that. But Riccardo Pianosi jobbing on the inside. Max Mader, much better jibe than his first jibe on that last run.
Yeah, exactly.
He is focused. What do you call him? An operator. He is an operator. He's performing surgery on Pianosi right now.
Yes, exactly. I was just looking for that word.
He's a surgeon. He's just putting on a friggin' surgical clinic right now. Very conservative, holding his nerve like he did yesterday. Yesterday, he really had
looking on the mark and looking on the ley line, keep speed, keep the angle.
Look at that. Look at that. That's extension. He just put another 10 meters, 10 meters on Pianosi. Look at how smooth he's riding right now. Okay, so a little bit lower line. I think he gave up a little bit to Riccardo Pianosi right now, but let's see how he is. This is the last downwind leg.
Pianosi, he risked to have to be too high. Let's see if he can make it.
Maybe he jibed a little bit early. Okay, this is the last run of the second men's grand final race. Riccardo Pianosi, Max Mader, both on one win, and that's very telling right there, Mirko.
He will make it.
He did not make that ley line. Riccardo did not make that ley line, giving another 10 meters or so to Max Mader, both on one win, first to two in this grand finals of the 2025 European Championships. We have Max Mader, who's had his downs and ups and trials and tribulations. Here he is. He wins 2 bullets. Your European champion, actually your European Open champion, Max Mader from Singapore, and Riccardo Pianosi, your European champion, right?
Yes, exactly. So Max Mader will be the winner of the Formula Kite here in Hurla and in Turkey, and the title, because it's the first Continental, the title goes to Ricky Pianosi. Fantastic goal, but I'm sure that he's not going to be happy, Ricky Pianosi, leading all week and always battling with his friends, colleagues, athletes of Max Mader.
And there
amazing.
Congratulations, Max Mader, winning the championship. John Stragiotti in third, and Cameron Marimonides for making it into the grand final. Riccardo Pianosi, totally class act, winning all week long, digging himself some holes yesterday, showing us how fast he is. And today, in the first race of the series, or having a penalty. You know?
Yeah, but this is part of the game. When you are super close with the line and so on, it's like this.
And here we are. We have our European champions and European Open champion, winner of the regatta, Max Mader from Singapore from 2025. Riccardo Pianosi in second, but he is going to be the European champion because Max Mader, of course, is from Singapore. Then John Stragiotti, bronze medalist, and Cameron Marimonides in fourth. Absolutely incredible, Mirko. And we're going to go down to the beach and try to get in touch with the women first and then the men. So let's go talk to your leaders.
Yes, let's go.
champions.
Check, check, check. Oh, yeah. All right. All right, Mirko. Let's
Okay,
go.
yeah,
Who wants to hit first?
we are looking for
Let's go to
Lorian.
Lisa Caval.
Let's
You
go
first,
and-
Mirko.
Let's grab Lorian. Chris, come here with the new European champion.
All right, Lorian Nolo. You. All right. Well,
Am I holding it? No, you holding it. Okay.
Yeah.
You are away.
you cannot have made this more exciting in that race. In control of the race, feeling good probably. And we saw rounding that leeward mark, whitewater, just a
Yeah.
whitewater stream coming off. Tell us what happened around that first downwind leeward mark.
It's here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a really good start and I was like, okay, now you just push at your maximum, and then it's for you. You're gonna. And at the end of the first lap, I took something in the foil, I don't know what, and the first, like the second leg on starboard, I was just trying to remove it and I couldn't, and I was screaming. I was like, no, why me, why now?
So it's
I was I was feeling confident the first lap, and second lap was super stressed. I was like, no, I can't lose, like, because of that.
So tell us about that jibe on that last downwind leg, jibing. You chose, right? You chose to jibe inside a leg.
so
Tell us about that moment.
When I tacked, I succeeded to remove it from the field, and Lily was in front. I was like, okay, now you have to push like you never before.
Yeah, totally.
And I succeeded to do like a good rounding mark on the top mark, and then I was just pushing Lily, trying to push her like really far, so I could just jibe and go full send as fast as possible, and then I jibe on the inside, and
Yeah,
And
you
that
got-
was-
you got the right path, and then you just slingshot downwind, and you gained the 20
yeah,
meters.
like, I
that
was really
good.
pushing. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
great.
if I took something on the foil now, I'm dead.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're
Well,
just trying not to think about.
look, now was kind of the moment of the event. That comeback, that jibe on the inside was absolutely amazing. So where keep your focus. How do you feel right now? European champion again.
It's crazy, huh? Like, honestly, I was really not expecting this after like 6 months of rehab, a broken ankle, and everything. I just like took it easy, trained when I wanted to train, just like I fell in love with the sport again.
Yeah.
And and like all my efforts are paying off. I'm really happy.
Well, way to start off the season. Congratulations, European champion 2025.
Thank you, Lolo.
You.
Grande.
All right,
Okay, let's go.
let's grab
go
Ricky.
and grab Max or Ricky. Okay.
Yeah, we'll grab Ricky first.
Hi.
Brother, congratulations.
Thank you.
Really well done. Now, hey, what a stressful series for you. Hey, you had a great opening series. Everything was absolutely fantastic. And right into the final series, still in charge. Talk to me about that first weather mark where everyone came in at one time, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Yeah, it was. We did two very tight races. With in the first one, especially, we were everybody very close. And unfortunately, I was in a good position at the upwind mark, but unfortunately, the other two was very close, and I couldn't make the best the best drive as I can. But that's the race. We were very close, and then I try everything to recover in the second upwind, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
And in the second one, unfortunately I was a bit early in the start. I have to slow down a bit, and I fucked up my start. Beep. And yeah, and now I'm pretty happy about this week of racing, and for sure I'm gonna if it was the World Championship, now I was very sad, but it's a European Championship, and Max is not European, so I'm the European champion, and I'm really happy about this.
Absolutely. Congratulations. And
Thank
just
you.
a little bit, you were dominant all week. You're a champion today. And just a little bit about Max in that, in this last series.
For sure, Max had an amazing day. He did everything clear in the first race, for sure, especially. The second one, as I said, I did an error in the start, but yeah, very nice day for him, and happy for him.
Awesome. And great to see you with your second European title.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank
Ricky.
Congratulations.
Well done, brother.
Grande.
You. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Sorry,
Should
no.
we take
Yeah, let's
Max and we close
Yeah,
with
let's
Max?
go over to Max.
Okay. Let's go for it.
Come along with us. Let's go. Maxi! Wow. Come back, kid, brother.
Grande, Max.
Fantastic,
What's the
man.
word that you said is
The operator.
The
You were
operator.
the surgeon.
Operator.
You were surgical.
Ah, okay, well, thank you very much for the compliment.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you needed some action today, and I guess I
you
felt
did, you
obligated.
And we saw it. So let's
I hope I delivered on your request.
absolutely. You came into this race without a bullet. Ricky came in with a bullet.
Very
We
true,
rounded that one weather mark. Everyone coming in at once. You were just ahead of the group, but everyone was all mixed around
Oh
you.
my, yeah.
Tell us
What a shot, right?
Ricky told us about it.
What a scene.
Tell us about that one moment where you just kind of, lots of pressure. You just had to see through all those kites to get in. You kind of cut inside, went into your jibe. Ricky jibes right kind of inside and behind you.
Yeah,
Tell us
yeah.
about that moment. What did you know was going on?
Right there.
Yeah, it
So
was
of course we are both intense. We both don't want to give up, right?
Exactly.
We're battling. So first of all, my compliments to my competitors. Like that is I am at a loss for words right now because it was such an intense finals, and I hope everyone at home agrees that that is simply a phenomenal day of racing.
Yeah.
I think that everyone had their chance to show their skills, and everyone ride as best as they could, and you could see how close it was because of that. So back to that moment, when Ricky jibed, of course I don't want to give up my position, so I immediately jibed with him, and our kites touched for a brief moment there, and of course I felt, oh goodness, I don't want to lose this race to the other people who already jibed out, and that intense moment where we had the contact, a bunch of different scenarios flash in your head suddenly, like, oh god, are we gonna tangle, are we gonna but luckily it was safe and it was all good. I think Ricky got a penalty for that, but it's minor. It happens in racing. I've done many mistakes on my part too of that type, so I think Ricky is better than me at that. But anyway, little contact.
It was great, just fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh
And-
wow. Yeah.
And Max, let's wrap this up. Talking to you at the beginning of the week, you were more focused than I'd ever seen you. I saw you at the end of the qualifying series, sitting down, sun's going down, earbuds in, talking to someone, super focused. Just tell me, how does it feel to wrap this up and win the championship after what you've been through with dropping your kite in the water, having tangles, missing races?
I think it is a really, really great experience to have strong competitors. I think I was pushed to focus. I think I was pushed to my limits, I must admit, by the people around me, by Benoit, Axel, Bruno, John, Ricardo especially, Cameron, etc. And they bring out the best in me, I
Awesome.
think. And I hope I brought out the best in them as well.
Awesome.
And I find that, yes, I was focused, and I've been trying to get myself, in that state where I can give my best. And I think it's thanks to this wonderful sport and these outstanding competitors that otherwise I wouldn't be forced to be like this, right?
Awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This
Awesome,
is why
man.
we are really happy
Yeah.
to wrap
Yeah.
it up,
Yeah.
and we get to the end of this amazing
Yeah.
Formula Kite European
Yeah.
Championship.
Yeah.
Thanks, Max.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
Max.
for the,
Open
Thank you.
champion. Nice comeback,
for the
Chief.
great for the great show.
All right.
So
Let's look up to our
Please.
camera. Mirko. I'm Chris Musler. Mirko Babini. What a fantastic
what a
championship.
fantastic championship.
Congratulations to Orla, Fenerbahce. Thank you to all of our volunteers and everyone. And we're going to go to the award ceremony momentarily.
Exactly. Thank you, Chris. And it was a great.
Right on. Go back
Right
to the
on.
studio. Phew.